Congratulations on your new position. Whether you're new to the United States Postal Service or new to the mail handler craft, we invite you to learn just how much the National Postal Mail Handlers Union can do for you. Mail handlers are an essential part of the mail processing and distribution network of the Postal Service, moving more than 165 billion pieces of mail each year. Every new employee is hired as a Mail Handler Assistant, or MHA. The path to a career full-time regular, or FTR, begins as an MHA. MHAs are responsible for loading and unloading trucks, transporting mail within the facility, preparing, sorting, and containerizing the mail for distribution and delivery, and operating machinery and automated equipment. So, where does the union come in?
The core mission of the union is about demanding dignity and respect in the workplace. Not only the working benefits, the wages, and all the other things we get, but being treated with respect, honestly, is the biggest thing that the union can provide. We can ensure that.
There are so many benefits that you receive for being a union member that you normally wouldn't get if you did not have a union in this business.
We've been around for over 100 years, the Mail Handlers Union, and we've always collectively bargained with the Postal Service to improve working conditions, wages, and benefits, for well over 100 years. And every time a contract's up, it's always a fight, and we're there to increase the salary of our members.
That's right. We are there for you. The NPMHU is the exclusive collective bargaining agent for the 50,000 mail handlers employed by the Postal Service. We are an organization of employees dedicated to advancing the interests of members and their families. The National Postal Mail Handlers Union is the only organization that can represent you, and we've fought hard for contract provisions and protections that will affect you directly from your first day on the job.
If you didn't have a union, they'll have you sweeping the floors, washing the windows, taking out the trash, doing all kind of stuff, and you would not be compensated. So we make sure that they're not making you do stuff that our craft is supposed to be doing. You're not working outside your craft, not putting you in a dangerous situation.
Working conditions are just one part of the national agreement that the NPMHU negotiates and enforces with the Postal Service. This contract covers your wages and other pay increases, working conditions, and benefits for all workers within its jurisdiction.
These are protections for the workers, for mail handlers, for members, and this is decades of struggle and commitment.
It's like an insurance policy for your job. I mean, we have health insurance, life insurance, retirement, but this covers everything. This is your global insurance to make sure that you're still going to have a job, you're still going to have your benefits, and if you ever have a problem at work, we're going to be there to file a grievance for you.
A grievance is probably a new word for everybody that's coming in orientation, but this is an opportunity if you're having issues with pay, contractual stuff, or the way you're being treated. This is the way you file a dispute.
As a mail handler, you'll belong to a local union. It's in your own city, town, or area. Locals elect their own officers and conduct their own day-to-day business. Nationally, NPMHU has its headquarters in Washington, D.C. to administer the union and to implement programs and policies mandated by the Constitution and the National Executive Board. The NPMHU is run by its members. Every level of the union operates democratically on the principle of majority rule.
It's like a family. That's why we refer to each other like brothers and sisters. It's the camaraderie, it's the unity that we have, and we all got each other's back.
As a member of the NPMHU, you have a right to be heard and the right to vote to express your concerns. But only members can attend membership meetings and events, vote on contracts, run for office, or serve as a shop steward. And any member can become a candidate for elected office.
I became engaged and wanted to become a union representative because I wanted more of a say in the workplace. I wanted to have control over my workplace environment.
Start getting involved from day one. If your facility is having meetings where you can go and they're going to give you updates and information about your facility and what's going on at the national level, You want to hear it for yourself. So that way, if you have questions, you can ask them then. The appropriate people will be there.
You as a member are the only one that can control your destiny with the union. Only members can vote on contracts, only members can suggest changes to the contract, only members can vote for officers, only members can attend membership meetings or go to a union activity.
So we've talked about some of the basics of the union. Let's talk a little more about what the union does for you. As we mentioned, we negotiate national and local collective bargaining agreements for you. This covers your wages, hours, and terms and conditions of employment. The union speaks with one voice for you. This means the employer loses the advantage of dealing with each employee one-on-one. And there's a lot more. When there are grievances, we file them and work towards a resolution. We advocate on your behalf at arbitration hearings. The union can represent all new MHAs in all matters. The only exception is termination for cause during the first 90 working days or 120 calendar days of your employment. What other benefits are there? Well, there are important ones like overtime, night differential, historic wage increases, earned leave, paid holidays, and of course, health benefits. MHAs are immediately eligible for health benefits in the Postal Service non-career plan. Once converted to career full-time regular employment, mail handlers are eligible for all federal employee health benefit plans with full employer matching contributions. You'll also be eligible for Union Plus, which can give you great discounts on everything from cell phone bills to new and used cars and car insurance. The bottom line, the NPMHU is there for you every day. We're out there fighting for fair labor legislation that affects you and millions of Americans at work.
What kind of legislation is being passed? Don't just sit back and say, I have nothing to do with that. You do. You have to be able to say, how would this affect me down the line? How would this affect my ability to take care of my family? It's not about one political party or another. It's about the survival of your job.
We want to make sure that nothing happens with Congress attempting to lower our benefits that we've been receiving for, well, decades, over a century.
We keep you informed of all our activities on your behalf through npmhu.org and the Mail Handler magazine, and of course through local membership meetings. Joining the NPMHU means you are represented, heard, and protected.
You should join because we will always have your back, and you need to support those folks that are protecting you. That's why you should join.
And you should join because there is strength in numbers. If there weren't a large number of members, our powers to collectively bargain would be limited. More membership means more bargaining power against management. If we remain united and strong, we will prevail, which means you will prevail. We can't emphasize this enough. Without a union, you would have been hired as temporary employees with no guarantees, representation, benefits, or privileges.
If we're not on top of it and not being involved, talking to your legislators, it's easy for the jobs that we've had to start disappearing.
That's right. Everything we fought for in more than 100 years of representing mail handlers across America could fall by the wayside. We need your support and the support of every mail handler around the country. What does it mean to be a member of the NPMHU? It means solidarity. It means fair treatment at work. It means a bright future for you and your family. Go to npmhu.org to find out more about your new union. So, what's the next step? Your NPMHU shop steward is your first point of contact. If your shop steward doesn't find you when you're new on the job, ask around to find out who it is. To join the union, just fill out Form 1187 and return it to your shop steward.
If we don't find you when you report to work, you guys got to find us, okay? Ask for a shop steward, ask for an officer.
Start protecting yourself day one by joining the union to ensure that you're going to have a future protection all the way through your career.
Form 1187 will authorize deduction of union dues from your pay. Your dues keep the NPMHU strong, and it's the only way to protect and promote your interests. The union is fully accountable for all dues, including an annual audit by an independent accounting firm and federal laws requiring financial disclosure. So join us in the continuing struggle for higher wages, increased benefits, and improved working conditions. It'll be one of the best decisions you've ever made. Thanks for watching, and we'll leave you with one final thought.
Join the union, join the fight!